Welcome back to the Techness Corner. I'm your host, Sebluka, and why don't you guys step right on in. Take a seat, take a load off, have a drink. We got some unboxing videos to do. In actual fact, we've got 3. It's not going to be a 3-in-1. It's going to be essentially a 3-part series so that there's a specific unboxing video for each of the 3 items that we are going to be utilizing essentially together in a piece per se. Nothing crazy. It's not a build or anything. It is what you got here to see. No clickbait, be it video 1, 2, or 3. Each are linked roughly with each other because the items work together. The items per se are to my right, and whichever video you're watching, you're hearing the same introduction up until this point. And that is that we've got 3 items to unbox today. So let's get into the NEXTECH unboxing of the mouse mat with wireless charging, Qi certified. So let's go. So on a side note, it arrived. Well, I managed to get it from a shop. It was only available, from my understanding, on eBay and on online sales per se. Not one shop had it locally, at least for a good price. And there was like a shop, a random shop off in the distance, and they had it for upwards of 150% more in value. So when I found this on special as well, it was $20, guys. $20, where normally on average it retails for $30. And what drew me to it was the fact that this type of mouse mat and technology based in the gaming sector to charge your mouse, essentially, because that's what we're doing. We're taking our Pulsefire Dart wireless and we're charging it on this. It cost you an arm and a leg. The apparatus online, I didn't get a chance to really get a grasp and a look because the picture quality was really poor. I took a stab at something. I said to myself, worst case scenario, I will utilize the corner itself and cut off the rest to slip it wherever I need to, close to the mouse mat, so I can charge the mouse per se. And I still might if the quality of it is shocking in some way, shape or form. But we shall have to see by getting into this unboxing. So yeah, enough diddle daddling. We're going to have to get our trusted Techness Corner unboxing tool per se. So opening this up in conjunction with our Pulsefire HyperX gaming mouse, the Dart. I've just opened this up, so we've gotten ourselves to this point here. But let us take our NEXTECH mouse pad with wireless charging and have a closer look at what we got here. So out falls a little cable, which I'm going to unravel because we are going to need to charge this, or effectively supply power to the charging dock. And supposedly this charging dock can have fast power output at a rate of upwards of 10 watts. as well. So that should be sufficient in what is going to be asked to be powered this wireless mouse that is Qi compatible. So greet it with what is unfortunately not USB-C, but that's fine. It's a micro cable, quite long, to a USB-A. I'm going to plug this into the hub over here for the time being, but later on I may plug it into something that's definitely got stabler power. But this is powered by a USB-C port, so it should in theory be able to provide enough juice even through what is a USB 3.0 hub over there. Actually, I lie. There is an additional port which, if you want to power things through it, you have to plug it in there as well. So what I'll do, I know where fast charging can occur. I will, for the time being, for test purposes, I'll plug it into the USB 3.0 header over here, and hopefully it's long enough. It should just barely be long enough to reach its destination, and we will unravel this mouse mat. So straight away greeted with the rubbery feel. Generally it's the other way around. Unroll it. Will take some time to flatten out. There is what seems to be the similar feeling that my Corsair mat had, sort of precision based and a little grippier. Even though it feels smoother than this and less rough, it's much more grippier on the mouse itself. Over here there's a bit of rubber to stop whatever's on. Obviously is the charging dock itself. Charging dock has the micro USB port on the back side of it. Best place it could have been, I guess. Perhaps on the right side of it would have been better. Then you could have had it in this orientation or this orientation. If you have it in this orientation now, it'll be coming back onto that. If you have it in this orientation, you'll have it too close to you while you're trying to work. Get me? So by having it on the right side, it could have gone out into the back, and then you could have flipped the mat if necessary, and that would have helped out, because I've got another mat I'm going to put on top of this one to protect this one. This one's generally speaking for unboxing purposes only for the time being, and I don't want to wear out and get ratty. So this angle would actually be deeper and better for connection up to the other 3mm or 4mm mat I have. But we're just going to have to, unfortunately, for $20 guys, for $19.95, generally speaking they're $30, upwards of 51 Australian dollars still selling for. This looks actually much better than what all pictures have depicted it looks like. I have not found one video on this NEXTECH, essentially on the average $30 mouse mat and Qi wireless charger. So yeah, let's find out if it actually in fact works, y'all. So I'm going to have a look at some spare chargers I've got for the time being, just to see the rateages. I'll be back in a click, guys. We've got one spare one. I thought it might be better to power it off one of these if necessary. I just wanted to see the watt ratings. This is a Signet. Spare power, and it might provide a better stable power to get it at the 10 watts, even though a slow charge is generally better suited for every device, frankly, and the longevity of associated batteries with them. So output on that charger is 5 volts equals 1 amp. Now if we go to the back of this item, which is item number, by the way, for the item number lovers and model number lovers, XM5098. Now, in wise, out, this can do 5 watts, 7.5 watts, 10 watts, and is made in China. But in wise, I'll let you guys have a look. It's all black, really nice, very nice considering the price. But in wise, we might have a bit of a conundrum. Luckily, I've picked up. It's 5 volt equals 2 amp, so we need to double that ampage, or 9 volt at a lower ampage, of course, of 1.67. So I do have a more powerful one, although a low slight voltage could be enough to get 5 watts coming through it, just to light things up and see whether it's trickling through and working before we have to use what is essentially my, actually I've got another one here, the Samsung one, so let's have a look at that. And I know this one's strong because it powers my battery for my sub-ohming vaping. Let's do a bit of a dragon quickly. Ooh. So luckily this is not the Samsung one. The Samsung one's on the other side, but this is 5 volt at 2 amps, so it's perfectly what we actually require. So I'm going to unplug this, and unfortunately we need a longer cord. Luckily I do have something available for the time being for testing purposes. My makeshift cherry linked per se for the vape mod, so that I can smoke while charging as well. Otherwise everything's just too short and you're like, don't make a meme out of that, guys. I know what you're thinking. Really do need an additional USB extender. Gonna have to disable this connection and get one more extension cord. For this purpose, guess we're doing another unboxing video, guys, real quickly. And what's in the box? It's a USB 3.0 type A male to type A female cable, 2 meters in length. This was meant to be 3 meters, I believe. So to open it, what you have to do is, it's produced by A Logic and it is USB 3.0. Got a nice thick cable there. So let us get stuck right on in. And we'll see if this can hold a charge. So I just need the extension on it just for the time being so that it can reach. Otherwise later on I will essentially take it through the backside here, obviously. And yeah, also the purpose of this and the fact that it was so cheap on a comparison level to spending over $200 for the main brand name mouse mats and whatnot that can charge, is that I could simply cut this part here if need be, okay, because the whole mouse mat doesn't charge in that regards, and I'd have just this little plate here which has got grips on the backside of it already. So that's interesting. Could I pull it out essentially is a question. It depends on how it's stuck together onto it, and I wouldn't want to break anything on the internals. I don't know exactly how this technology works, so I'd have to probably double check that and see what's gone on underneath the hood real quickly to understand how the Qi charging is not going to get damaged when I rip this off, so that it's more convenient for me than having this mouse mat per se. That for the time being is fine, but realistically I've got a speed mouse mat on the way, and I've got another mouse mat which fits into this sector, and or another mouse mat of this massive size that we see here that's going to come as an overtop to this one to dampen the 3mm of this and make it 6, because 6 is ideal feeling for me regarding comfort for long-term use while I'm working. Eventually I got my elbows and wrists always pressed on the desk, hard desk itself. Alright, so let us unwind this uber girthy, real girthy cable. So this can handle 4K transfer of data. So if you're ever, on a side note and a tip guys, connecting up a 4K camera, if it ain't working, you probably ain't got it in a USB 3.0 port, or using a certified USB 3.0 or better cable. Something to look out for. You might have it working and it'll only be working 1080p, and that point won't be available. Okay, so we'll fast forward through the unraveling and connection of this. Oakley dokley. So I'm gonna feed this around the back side of the keyboard for now, so that it seems like it's coming from the back. This is the Alloy Origins HyperX keyboard, so it's a bit of a HyperX theme. You got a HyperX mouse here, HyperX mouse mat underneath that's just been unboxed and done videos on, and overviews and reviews and whatnot. And also the HyperX keyboard, like I mentioned, I beg your pardon, the mouse mat, and the mouse that we're going to test whether this charger works on. Never has this mouse been connected, so I'm going to bounce back to the end of video number 2 as you guys are watching video number 3 per se, just to finish up the video and switch on this mouse, the Dart, for the first time. So at the click of a finger, we're all going to be caught up. Here it is. It's charging effectively. It actually got to an end charge. I've already used a little bit, popped it back on charge. Okay, so if I take it off, guys, if I take it off the what is effectively now QI certified in the Techness corner eyes, the NEXTECH, you can see a blue light that indicates, and then the charge begins. The blue light will go off. It doesn't need to be because there's a light on the device. It's off, and when it's fully charged, a red light will indicate here, and or the lights here will stop being on. But I'm going to turn this mouse on to show you guys as well that this mouse is pretty killer, and it's on a Pulsefire / mix that's linked in, guys. It's linked in. I struggle with this keyboard, by the way, because this keyboard weighs over a kilogram and it's not the best way of holding it. So as you can see, the lightage isn't the best per se, because you can't see, it's very faded lights, this confetti setup. Trust me, it's a bad camera for it because of the exposure as well. It brings it out whiter than it is, but you can trust me, it looks pretty schmitten. So I'm really happy, and even when the device, the mouse is on in this stage, this still will charge, and in a second the mouse will kick out of movement mode and will, I believe, indicate that it's also charging at the same time. Okay, it's not doing it now. Could be something. No, here it is. It's doing it behind the scene, so it's in unison with the link status linked in with the other keyboard and whatnot. So So guys, I'm happy with the NEXTECH mouse pad with wireless charging. Only 20 bucks. So screw that, you know, wireless mouse charging mat that it costs you like 240 Australian dollars or something. Look at that, guys. And it's stylish, black with a accent of silver grey. Shh, because they're only 20 or 30 Australian dollars. NEXTECH, it's a foreign name to me, but it's branding wise. But look, NEXTECH, look out for it. It seems like it's got some really budget orientated stuff that just seems to do the job as specified, and that's what I was worried about for the price. For $20, I wanted it to meet its specs, and it did so very, very well. Okay, so mouse pad with wireless charging, QI certified, 20 bucks, guys. Shh. My name's Seb Luca, or Sebastian Lucas, and this has been another Techness Corner production. So on your way out, don't forget to hit that like button, and please subscribe for more of the Techness Corner related garbage that I put out for you all. No, it's not garbage. I hope not. I hope you get something out of it, informative in some way, shape or form. And again, from the Techness Corner, peace out, y'all. Bye.